Welcome to Parent 101 from Clear Creek ISD, the series where we walk through the parts of school that families ask about most. Today, we're talking about finding your child's bus stop and route.
A big first morning one. CCISD buses carry more than 18,000 students to and from school every day, and the goal of this guide is simple. Get your family ready so bus day feels familiar, not stressful.
Let's start at the very beginning. How does a parent even know if their child can ride?
Most of it comes down to distance. In general, students who live more than 2 miles from their zone school, measured along public roadways, are eligible for the bus.
What about families closer than that?
If you're under 2 miles, you're generally considered a walker or carpool or daycare. But there's an important exception. If your area is designated a hazardous walk area under board policy, students there get bus service even inside 2 miles.
And if someone chooses a school outside their zone?
Then CCISD generally doesn't provide transportation, though some magnet or exempt programs may based on district policy. If you're not sure which bucket you're in, that's a good first question for transportation.
Okay, say my child is eligible. How do I actually register them to ride?
This is the step families miss most, so I want to be really clear about it. You register through the back-to-school forms in Skyward, and the key field is your child's mode of transportation. It has to be set to bus.
What happens if it's left on car?
Then transportation system shows your child as not registered to ride. Even if you live 3 miles out and clearly qualify, if that field says car, the system doesn't know your child needs a seat. So, back-to-school forms, mode of transportation, set it to bus.
Good to know. Now, what does the bus actually do? Where does it pick up and drop off?
Routing is based on the home address on file for your child in Skyward. Your child is picked up and dropped off at that address, which is why it's worth keeping current. You update it through Skyward Family Access, and transportation system imports the change automatically and routes your child to the right stop.
So if we move mid-year,
update your address in Skyward and double-check the mode of transportation still says bus. Routing follows the address on file, and the update comes over on its own.
Is there anything the bus doesn't do that parents should plan around?
Yes, and it's good to know early. Regular service is home to school and school to home only. The bus doesn't run to daycares, babysitters, or activities, piano, swim, golf lessons. Knowing that up front helps you set up after-school plans with confidence.
Let's get to the question everyone wants answered. Where and when does my child catch the bus?
You can look it up yourself, no phone call needed. It's called the Bus Route Information Center on the CCISD Transportation page. No login required.
Walk me through it.
Open the Bus Route Information Center, enter your home address, the same one on file in Skyward, and it shows you a map with your home, your child's school, and the assigned stop. You'll also see your route or bus number and the estimated time of arrival.
What if the address doesn't pull up a stop?
That can happen if your child is brand new to CCISD, still in pre-registration, or recently moved. If you don't get a stop, call transportation at 281-284-0600, and they'll help.
Is there any family the lookup tool won't work for?
One group to know about: special services families. Those routes change frequently, so they aren't listed in the Bus Route Information Center. Instead, transportation reaches out to those families directly with the child's bus information, so you'll still have everything you need.
And once we know the stop, I understand there's an app for watching the bus in real time?
There is. Once your child is badging on and off, the Stop Finder app shows you where the bus is and notifies you when your child scans. That's its own guide, though, tracking the bus with Stop Finder, so we won't go deep here.
How far will my child actually have to walk to the stop?
Stops are set within a reasonable walking distance, and where possible, the maximums are by level. Elementary, up to about 1/10 of a mile, roughly 2 blocks. Intermediate, up to about 1/3 of a mile. High school, up to 1/2 a mile.
And every child has an assigned stop.
Every eligible student has a designated stop set with safety and fairness in mind, and students should load and unload only at that stop. A couple of practical notes. Buses don't enter dead-end streets, some cul-de-sacs, private property, or apartment complexes unless the Director of Transportation approves it.
What if a parent genuinely thinks their stop is unsafe?
You can ask transportation to review it. Call 281-284-0600 and share what you'd suggest. A stop is only changed when doing so is in the best interest of safe transportation for that bus and all its riders.
Let's talk about the badges, because this is new for a lot of families. What's the RFID badge?
The RFID badge is appropriate for all elementary students. All elementary students wear an official district RFID badge and tap it as they get on and off. Each scan confirms your child boarded the right bus and arrived safely. And here's a detail worth knowing. Each elementary student actually receives 2 badges, one that stays on the backpack and one that stays in the classroom. If a badge is ever lost or damaged, just contact your child's campus for a replacement.
And there's something extra for the youngest riders.
Right, the yellow bus card for pre-K and kindergarten. In addition to the RFID badge, it matches your child with the adult picking them up, so our youngest riders always get off at the right stop with the right person.
How does a family get one?
Before the first day, visit your child's school and fill out a transportation form. You'll get a yellow bus card, and a matching card goes on your child's backpack. At drop-off, you step up to the bus door and show your card. If an older sibling is receiving your child, their name has to be listed and the card presented, and a photo of the card on your phone works too.
I know there's a daily requirement here. Can you explain it calmly so I don't want families to panic?
Of course, and it's genuinely for your child's safety. The card is required every day, even if the driver recognizes you. If no one is at the stop with the card, the driver brings your child back to school and the campus calls you for pickup. If that happens a second time, bus transportation is revoked. It sounds strict, but it's what guarantees a small child never gets off with the wrong person, and it keeps the bus on time for the families down the route.
That's fair. Any last piece of advice for the first day?
A little practice goes a long way. Before the first day, walk to the stop together, make sure your child recognizes it and knows their bus number, and plan to arrive a few minutes early. Younger children especially should be able to recognize their own stop because drivers can't look up an address from the bus.
If you had to leave a parent with a quick checklist,
confirm your address in Skyward, set the mode of transportation to bus, look up your stop and route in the Bus Route Information Center, and if you have a pre-K or kindergartner, get your yellow bus card at the campus. Then walk to the stop together and save the transportation number,
which is
281-284-0600. Once you're registered and you know your stop, route, and times, the rest gets easy. And if anything's unclear, the transportation department is glad to help.
Thank you for spending time with us today. Parent 101 is a parent and family engagement initiative from Clear Creek ISD federal programs, created to help every family feel informed, included, and supported.
Explore every Parent 101 guide anytime at ccisd.net/parent101.
And if you'd like to help shape the work we do, your voice matters. Share your thoughts through our survey at ccisd.net/federal programs.
Because together, we go farther.